Hi, I'm Duncan Hart. Thanks for checking out the video. I guess in 30 odd years of not only practicing law but in managing law firms and chairing professional service firms of various types, there's one issue that comes up continually, and that's the issue of the professional service team. How do you create it? How do you manage it? How do you grow it? How do you make it more effective as a unit? This is not something that comes instinctively to most professional people, particularly lawyers. They're pretty rugged individualists when all is said and done. They don't coalesce into teams naturally, but simple economics tells you that the success of a team, the coordination between its members, its ability to tap its market, to grow and promote individuals from within its ranks is too important for any firm to ignore. I think outside intervention from someone like myself can really kick-start the team ethos within a firm. You can use me as a pilot in order to demonstrate just how teams can and should be operated. Firstly, to provide a vision of just, what a team should and can do, providing processes to how teams can operate effectively, and to build a plan, both a strategic and a marketing plan, which can serve as guidance long after I've departed. So what's the form of this intervention? 3 principal steps. I work with the team to analyse its performance, to work out a strategy for it, to strategise with it, and finally, most importantly, to energise the team into taking forward the outcomes of my intervention. So let's look at each one of those steps in turn. Let's look at analysis to start with. Fairly straightforward. The necessity to provide me with the necessary data, details of the client base, profitability, margin, leverage, all the sort of data that is generally kept by most modern practice management systems, easily provided in most cases by the firm's accountant or accounting department. I need to have some understanding of the core competencies of the team, what it's offering the market. I need to understand how the team works together or doesn't work together, as the case may be. Where are the roadblocks into making this a more effective and useful part of the firm's overall operation? I need to understand how that team is meant to integrate with the rest of the firm. What is the firm's overall strategy? What is the fit between this team and what the firm as a whole is trying to achieve? And then you come to strategy. Strategy is one of those issues that not often well addressed by most professional service firms. Really involves the question of what are the effective choices that the team is being asked to make, what markets are they going to serve, what personnel are they going to hire, what pricing are they going to have for their product or service, as the case may be. This is what strategy is mainly concerned with. So you need to do some work on the leadership. You need to understand what the key performance indicators are that are expected of members of the team, and how those KPIs, if you like, fit with the expectations and the balance of the firm. You need to understand what's going on in the marketplace, what changes, legislative, client demands, pricing, how those might impact the choices that the team is making. And the outcome, as I said, is the production of not only a strategic plan but a marketing plan designed to take the team forward, to give it a road plan, if you like, a map of where it's trying to get to, and most importantly, how it's going to get there. What are the key indicators that are going to take them forward in acting together as a cohesive team, a useful team within the overall context of the firm. Finally, this whole project needs to be bedded down with the rest of the firm. The firm needs to understand what it is that this team is now going to do, how it's going to take its plan forward, what that plan is, how it is going to integrate with the balance of the firm. And that's really one of the key elements in the 3rd step, which is the energising of the team to understand what it does from now on, how it takes this project forward. Now, one hopes that the process of analysis and working with them to produce a strategic and a marketing plan has obviously enthused them with the idea that there really is a way forward, that this team can be a useful and profitable unit, and each one of them can see a future for themselves within the context of the plan that's developed. But this should never be taken for granted. So a deliberate attempt is made to drive the outcomes of the analysis and the strategising that's gone on down to individual levels, to the production of individual plans, such that when a team member comes into the office on a Monday after this process has been completed, they know what they're looking to achieve, the resources that they require, the KPIs they're trying to meet, and they have a feeling, more than a feeling, a clear understanding of what their role within the team is and what their wider role within the firm is. So the energisation process is one of really translating that strategic plan into detail which can be readily understood, that provides KPIs on a weekly, on a monthly, on a quarterly basis. And I use the balanced scorecard methodology as a means of making these outcomes tangible for the participants in each team. So you've got key indicators across processes, across financial indicators, across the learning and growth indicators, and across client indicators. All of these need to be, if you like, they're balls that need to be continually juggled in the air in any team. But if they're committed to a plan, they're committed to an individual plan, then they become far more tangible for an individual to drive their own practice forward within the team environment. And they provide a means of a team leader being able to reference that individual plan and say, okay, this is what we said we'd do, this is your part in the overall project, how's it going, what assistance can I provide, you're doing well or you're not doing so well. It brings it right down to an individual level. It's not just a plan at a team level where the individual doesn't feel necessarily as engaged as he or she should be in actually producing outcomes. They need to understand on a day-to-day basis also what the processes of interaction are within the team. How should they perform at team meetings? What should their input be? What's their role? What are they providing by way of data and updating to the balance of the team to those outside the team? How is that actually done? And again, this is not something which is instinctive. Sometimes this needs to be demonstrated. I sit in on team meetings, I help the team leader draft agendas, talk through issues as to how some of these specific projects are to be implemented, give really hands-on guidance. As I said, the important thing is that each individual team member understands where he or she fits in the overall plan. And this needs to be not only understood collectively within the team itself, but also within the firm. In other words, the team is encouraged to go out there and proselytise, if you like, its objectives, its vision for itself, where it's going to interact with other teams, how they're going to work productively within the firm, and live up to the expectations they've created for themselves. It's an important part of the process. The outcome, again, is one where some degree of harmony is produced not only within the team, but in the firm context. In other words, the team must fit within the overall strategic framework the firm's created for itself. This may be a bridge too far initially. Not every firm has got a strategic plan. Not every firm understands where each team can or should fit in within that overall strategic plan. This is something which may come in time, but it's an important stepping stone to actually get each team to, as I say, analyse its own situation, build a strategy, and then drive that strategy forward. I think my plan, involving as it does specific outputs, identifiable objectives, can really help individual teams and then firms coalesce to become far more productive as a whole. What are those outcomes? As I said, in the 3 steps, there's the analysis. That generally generates a report within 1 or 2 weeks from me to the management committee of the firm or the managing partner, whoever that might be, and of course it includes the team leader. Step 2, strategising with the team. You might recall that the primary outcome is of course the strategic plan, the marketing plan to guide the team forward. And the third outcome in that energising step is the individual plan. The individual plan that each individual member of the team takes from the team plan. It's the guidance or roadmap that he or she might need over the months to come, normally developed in quarterly increments rather than a yearly plan, which is usually a little too much to digest at any one stage, but gives them immediately achievable goals within a period of, say, 3 months, so that they can't put it off for too long. They've got to start acting on any one of those goals now. These are the types of outcomes, I think, which are tangible and useful and productive. Give me a call, happy to discuss the process with you at any stage, provide a quote obviously as to how much is involved and the time and effort required in order to generate this, but I do commend the process to you and look forward to hearing from you.